want to play with, there's always partypoker.com, where the world plays poker.
Tonight, we have it all. Top British players, an internet legend, and the World Open champion. It doesn't get much better than this. Hold on to your seats. This is the partypoker.com European Open 3.
The race for the $125,000 first prize is on. Many already through to the semis, including EPT finalist takeaway Dave Gregory. Reigning champion, the Razor Ian Fraser, fell at the heat hurdle. It was nasty Nick Purcell from the gut shot area in that three-way knockout. Yorkshire Pud Scott Fenton is through. Barry Hearn has made 2 final tables in this event, but coming up against a man more in form than him. He met his match in John McGill. Sir Clive showed he was alive, but the dirty river business Taraben Keston has sent him to the latter stages. And last week you saw Captain Jez Bailey see off Scally. That's our first semi-final lineup. 6 more places up for grabs, but only the winner tonight has a chance to lift that title.
This heat is set to be electric. Give us your expert view on the players tonight.
Some of my favorite players to watch are in the heat tonight, Roxanne. First of all, Pippa Flanders. It's her first time playing since she won $200,000 in a televised tournament. And she's just great. She shows that the true poker player, it's all about heart. Also, Neil Channing is in there. He was at the final table the first time this event happened a couple of years ago. And he is a great British player.
My money's definitely on Pippa. Let's see who she has to beat tonight.
Virgin on the felt is London builder Dave Kid McQueen Copus. Richard Strummer Herbert is well known on the London scene, as is Laugh-A-Minute Bad Beat Neil Channing. Adding to the toughness quotient is Nottingham player Anthony Nichols, a man who lives and plays like an aging rock star Kevin O'Connell, but they may all cry like onions in the face of Pippa Flanders.
This is going to be a tough heat. We go over to the tables as the pros get ready to do what they do best.
In, down, and all around, this poker game is ready to get the wheels rolling. 6 players, playing down to 1. And a couple new faces, a couple of old favorites. Strummer right there. Neil Channing making return to this tournament. Tony Nichols, and all eyes will be on Kevin O'Connell. But Pippa Flanders is the lady of the moment, and of course her form has been impeccable. She just won $200,000 recently on this very same televised table. Format for this tournament, the same as always. Players start with 100,000 in chips. The yellows worth 1,000. Blues are 2. Reds are 5. There's a total of 600,000 in chips on this table, and you must win them all. Jesse May here, joined by Swedish poker idol Ken Leonard. Good evening, Ken.
Evening, Jesse.
And a little bit of a mix on this table. Obviously, Pippa Flanders in form. What's your view on female players at the poker table?
I love to have female at the poker table because a lot of opponents, not them, but the other guys seem to play worse with a lady in red at the table. So that's perfect for me.
Well, Pippa's got that game where she looks like she wouldn't bluff a flea.
I would never call a bet from her. Never, ever.
You might be wrong. She can be a tiger. But blind starting at 1 in 2,000, and the action will be first up on Neil Channing, who made the final table of this tournament in its first incarnation. But that was a few years ago, and since then Neil has become one of the most respected sort of tournament players in Europe. You must have run into him a few times.
Yeah, I played many times with him over the years. He's quite a good player. His problem is discipline. He play a few more hands than he should.
He likes it too much. Folded around now to
Right.
Dave Koppes. First time he's playing. They call him
8,000
Kid
more pass.
McQueen. And he's sort of well known in the London circuit, named after Steve McQueen from the Cincinnati Kid. And unfortunately, if he does get head up against the man here, we won't come to the same end. Nice play from Koppes there. You know, last week, Ken, the Heat was so aggressive, so fast. This, I mean, I've only played 2 hands, but this seems to be a much more tame table, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you wouldn't think so with Neil Channing and Kevin O'Donnell at the table, but you never really can tell.
Yeah, there's about 7 or 8 different Kevin O'Connells, and I wonder which one's going to show up here
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh.
I mean, 1 beer, 2 beer, 3 beer.
You said it.
Pass. Pass.
Limping from Tony Nichols. Sort of in early position with the 7-8. He's up against the big blind. What do you think Nichols is up to?
Check.
Well, they both
Check.
flopped kind of the same hand. It's unlikely
4,000.
for this not to become a split pot.
Absolutely, but then again, Nichols has the position and he limped in, so Neil Channing might
Pass.
actually pass there. Yeah, he did. Quite surprisingly, I would have taken at least 1 call.
Boy, Neil's tight.
He's not tight. Maybe he has a master plan to behave tight on the air so he can, you know, reap the fruits later on.
Here's a rundown on how to play Texas Hold'em.
The game begins with each player being dealt 2 cards face down from the dealer. These are personal cards or whole cards. Players must first make a betting decision based on the value of those 2 cards alone. Now here's what you can do. You can call or match the money already in the pot. You can raise or put more money into the pot, or you can fold and get right out of there. Because it's no limit, players of course can always go all in or put all their money into the pot. Once all players remaining have put the same amount of money into the pot, here comes the flop. These 3 cards are community cards. There's another round of betting after the flop, and if no one before you has bet, you can check. That means no bet. The 4th card, or the turn, is dealt, and there's another round of betting before the river, or the final community card, is dealt. Another betting round, and when the betting is done, we see who's won. Players can win the pot by either showing the best 5-card poker hand, or if everyone else folds, you win the pot, no matter what you had.
This game sort of in a bit of a rolling start here. And I'd say the early signs are that Kid McQueen here, Dave Koppes, is the one who's chomping at the bit. I think he's thinking about raising
Yeah.
again.
He really wanted to raise.
Pass.
Blank cards.
Raise to 6,000 total.
This is,
That's the end of Neil's patience.
Call.
yeah, it's the
Pass.
first time Neil's moved a chip.
Pass.
Anthony Nichols could not wait to get in the pot behind him. And Nichols is right here with the ace-9, but
Yeah,
it's ambitious, isn't it?
I think so.
Nichols has hit top pair.
This is the problem with his ace-9. He doesn't know where he's at.
Check.
It's not. If Neil's come out
Check.
betting, it's not a good hand anymore.
Channing got his free card. If it comes a jack, it hasn't. Now, I wonder if Nichols is trapping here or...
Check.
Check.
That's
6,000.
you don't really know that because it's a weak holding, even though he's got top pair.
Pass.
Right, he might have been scared that if he bet it and got raised on the flop, he wouldn't have known what to do.
Yeah, if you get check raise on the turn, what can you do? Then you have to pass.
And
Unless you're playing against Channing, of course.
Nichols has taken the pot down, but Channing did kind of well there not to do even 1 chip after the flop came down.
Yeah, he got action after him, and when he came, he knew it was time to get out of dodge.
I wonder if these two know each other, Channing and Nichols. And Neil kind of has a worldwide resume. He's also well known for his poker writings.
Pass.
As are you.